Why Bald Men Love Better. When we were recording the EP, we were looking for a name for the EP, and it just happens that Aaron and I were bald. And Benzo was in the house abusing us for our baldness. And to flip it out on our Rastafarian friends who are always taking a piece, we decided to title the album Bald Men Love Better. But as time went by, it started to mean different things to us. Because you know, in African culture, balding is associated with wealth and wisdom. And also, in so many different parts of the world, it means different things. And I want to say that the Bald Men Association is a movement that leads with love. It's about self-love. It's about self-worth. It's about the beauty that if you're beautiful outside, you shine inside. You shine outside. And so it's a movement that we are proud to be members of. It so happens by natural selection, everybody on the panel today is both. This is not scripted, guys, by the way. These are just the dudes in my life. And I want to say thank you, first of all, to an amazing team. Because nothing could have happened, nothing could have been out even today without an amazing team. All the way from the recording until this day. And personally to me, I want to say thank you to my wife. She's been holding me down in this new journey that I've been. And she's just an amazing woman, and I love her to death. So I'm going to hand over the mic to the Secretary General of the Bald Men Association, Mr. Aaron Dubois, to give us some remarks.
Hello everybody. It's great to be here, and as Ian said, last year, okay, first let me say that I'm now based in New York City, so I moved out there about 4 years ago. So last year, around this time, I came visiting, the usual rounds, come to see family. So I decided I hit him up around late December, and can we hang? And I went to his place. He's got this piano, and Benzo was there. Benzo has been hovering around this project, interestingly, from its inception. So, and that day is actually the day we actually wrote a song. There was no intention to do an album, but we just wrote a song. And the next week, Ian calls me and tells me, "Hey, are you still around to do an album?" And I was like, "Absolutely." And so this record was done in a week. We wrote 4 songs, recorded it live. So a lot of the music that you hear is actually live instrumentation. Like the old school way, like you said, Rumba Jam. You've got a drummer, you've got a bass player, all in a big space, and we're all recording it live there. And so, Bald Men Love Better came out that way, and I'm glad to be here. And this is such a big thing for me because we're from different worlds. He's out soul pop. I'm more into improvising, jazz, all music side of things, and so. But we've always collaborated for a long time. I've been in their business. He's been in my business for a while. So this is a combination of years of doing this for a minute. So. Yeah, it's good to be here, and thanks for showing us the love. And that's the positive reviews that we've gotten for the videos and the music that's come out today, and we're so excited. People make fun of us guys as bald people. Many times you heard the jokes, but it's about self-love. And actually, there's a comment on the Bald Men Anthem video. Well, I think this lady, if I'm not wrong, who's going through chemotherapy, and she lost her hair. So she says that it just gives such a different vibe and such an encouraging tune for her. Like, it's fine. We are okay. And we've got the good vibes. So, and that's what the Bald Men Anthem is about. It's about taking self-love, and just accepting you for you.
Yeah, and also the Bald Men Anthem is just a song for community and puns and just also stupid shit. It doesn't have to be that serious because we didn't write this music to be serious. We wrote this music for people to have fun, for people to feel a sense of belonging, and for just guys to get to hear when they listen to it.
maliza kunywa pombe.
Mbwembwe is a song co-written by Mpasho, and Aaron tasked Mpasho and I to write a song that sounds like the 80s. And I was like, game on. So we went to the writing books and we wrote this amazing song that I think is my favorite song of the album. And Mbwembwe is a tribute to so many things and so many stages of my life, personally and his life. He speak about his. But in my life, my dad is a rumba head, so he played rumba in our house all the time. Like growing up, I remember listening to this one tape from Nairobi to Kakamega in a 504. In a side B, side A, Malaysia, side B, side B, side A. And he was a big Franco fan. And then also, when Soul was just grinding, we were hustling in Tao. There's a place we used to eat fish called Abondos. There's another place also called Ronaldo. And those two places are the rumba joints in town. Like when you're eating fish and a garlic, that's the only music you're going to hear. So like we just thought also to write music to that moment as well. Apana leta shida pani mbwe, apana leta vita pani mbwe, na ukileta ngori ngumi pweze, apani mbwe, apani mbwe.
He's right. When we were writing the music, I told him that, you know what, we need to listen. Let me put it this way. Sauti Sol have revolutionized rumba and brought it to 2021. But I told him, you know what, why don't we write a tune that something that actually the brief was something my dad danced to. And that's how that tune came out. I grew up in the 80s. And I was born in the late 70s, so 80s was just Les Wanyika and Commandos. And incidentally, my parents are teachers, and opposite Kenya Science, where we used to live, right where Junction is, there used to be a club called the Bombats Club. And in those days, all the bands, all the big bands, including, as I said, those that I've mentioned, would play there 7 nights a week. So the music would always flow over to KSTC, you know. So I grew up listening to rumba, and of course my dad is also a rumba head. And this is in many ways our dads, you know. When I was playing this, when I played this tune to my dad, he asked me to repeat it a couple of times. I think it was my dad.
Yeah, my dad. I played this song to my dad a couple of months ago. He was in my house and he was unwell. And when I played in Mbwembwe, he told me, if you play that song 10 times, I'll give you 1K. I was like, oh, that's a lot of money, Dad. But anyway, my dad is absolutely in love with this song. Like he danced. I've never seen my dad dancing. He's a very stiff, weird guy. But when the song pops, he really does his thing. You know? So it's nice to see that actually the song speaks to just generations. You know, it's not even about, and that's what Soul Generation is about. So when we talk to everybody, write music for the time.
Many would either try to define it as soul meets jazz, some would say pop meets jazz. I'm very curious to know how you guys define the different sounds, because when somebody thinks of Bien's music and Aaron's music, they wouldn't necessarily see the intersection, but because you're such artists, you'll always find an intersection, and you always create art when you two meet. So how do you describe this project? How would you define the different sounds from top to bottom?
I mean, not to be a philosopher, but a lot of people just want to put a song in a box. So they want to be able to define it so that they put it in a certain playlist or something. But I just think at the end of the day, it's just Baldman vibes. And leaning a lot, okay, I know what Onyeko wants to hear. This is Afro pop jazz. Yeah, it's Afro pop jazz.
Yeah, I'd say it's good music, because even when we came up with it, sound like when you're putting your music outside there to your DSPs, like when you're putting out, like what they ask what genre it is, and like it's worldwide, it's everything. It does a piece of everything, you know. I think yes, there's the distinct things that we are known for, you know. And so I'm a piano player. I play jazz music, and I've been known for that. But I think for this one, we just decided to make music. Now, what would I call it? I just call it Goldman vibes, probably, you know. Or, okay, if I was to be specific, probably I'd call it Afro soul, with a bit of alternative music. So, because rumba, or like, what is rumba, you know? Because it has trap, there's so many things in there. So, it's just good music.
So 3 weeks ago, to be precise, we made an announcement called Alone Together. Sauti Sol made this announcement that they're embarking on a journey called Alone Together, and this means that they remain brothers, they remain artists who work together, but at the same time they're working on individual projects. And each one of them will be releasing a new project, and we're very happy today for Bien's project to be the first to drop. There will be other projects dropping from the other Sauti Sol members. Polycarp already, Fancy Fingers, like he's going by, already put out his video and song, How I Met Your Mama. His album is dropping out November 26th, and then the rest you will get to know the date. So I think, Bien, you have the opportunity to tell us really where this inception of the Alone Together journey came about. And it's really good to clear the air, because in the beginning people were like, oh, Sauti Sol are breaking, but they're not really breaking, and there's even a Sauti Sol album coming. So we'd really like to hear straight from your mouth how this journey has been. How do you feel today releasing your debut solo project since ever? Like you've never done this, and this is your big day.
I think what I can say.
Yes, you can.
So, first of all, Sauti Sol is too classy to have a messy breakout. You know, like I consider us an evolution of who African men are. We negotiate, we talk, we didn't even have any like form of dispute when we were approaching the Alone Together phase. We were in a pandemic, we had released Midnight Train, and everyone was in their houses just recording and working on themselves. And so Alone Together is a child of all of us trying to better ourselves for the next Sauti Sol season. Because the next Sauti Sol season is, I can't even speak to it, I don't even know what it's like. We have a life coach, and we have sessions where we sit down to discuss the future of the band, and Alone Together was designed in that way, where I'm writing in Polycarp, Chimano, and Savara's music as much as Savara is producing in my music, Polycarp is mixing and mastering my music, Chimano is making sure Bien doesn't look like a creep in his music. Like, we are all in each other's art, and we are allowing each other to be individuals and supporting one another, while at the same time, we're giving you guys the best evolution of art I think Kenya has ever seen. Yo, you know, when I think about this season and how like people in the future will see it, I think it will be seen as this is actually our company just growing, you know. I'm so happy that you guys are able to experience Polycarp in his individuality, to know his greatness, man. Like, Polycarp put out his single last Friday, and he totally shut it down. You know, like, Polycarp is an amazing singer, he's an amazing songwriter, he's an amazing producer. And so when the next Sauti Sol season comes, it will be glorious, because we know ourselves, and now you know us as individuals. I can't wait.
What should we look forward to? What are you working on behind the scenes?
So I have a couple albums that I recorded in the pandemic that are going to be released over the next couple months. The first one after this is an album titled Alusa, Why Are You Topless? And when we did Nishike, my mom called me and she was like, Alusa, why are you topless? So I decided to make that the name of the album, and it's just about my philosophies in life and what I believe in. It's a lot of pop music too. And then Bensol and I have 3 projects. The first one is called It's High Time, and it has 6 songs in it. The second one is called It's High Time Again, another 6 songs in it. And the last one with Bensol is called Long Weekend, because I was born on a Monday and he was born on a Friday. So me and Bensol and I are a long weekend. Then I have an album with Viri titled Ladies Conference, and it's just for chicks, and we're singing R&B songs like Nikosa on steroids. There's a lot of beautiful things coming up, and then the Sauti Sol album now is going to be out. And then Aaron and I next week are getting to the studio to record Bald Men Love Better 2. the movie. So good things are coming.
Okay, so at this point, I would like to hand over the microphone to William Nanjero, who's sitting on the right of BN. He's from Soul Generation Records, and also Moriasi right here, who is from Sauti Soul Entertainment and Soul Generations. Maybe I will start with Moriasi just to introduce himself and just kind of mention what Sauti Soul Entertainment is about in Soul Generation Records, and then I'll move over to Nanjero. He will get straight into Soul Generations and make a huge announcement as to why we're here today. And I think before Moriasi speaks, I'm going to maybe pull a higher table close here, so just give me a second, guys.
General Counsel for Sauti Soul and Soul Generation Records Limited. Sauti Soul Entertainment was started on February 24th, 2012 as the agency that would carry the brand Sauti Soul. So, with the guys, the idea was to not have them just be a band. The idea was for them to be a business that manages themselves and build a team around them that takes care of everything that they need, which is not artistic, and the stuff that, you know, would weigh them down or weigh their creativity down. So we started Sauti Soul Entertainment as that, and it grew into different things. It became a production company. We started shooting our videos in-house. It became an events company. We undertook the Live and Die in Africa tour, only one of its kind in the region. Then it became an investment company, and its baby was Soul Generation Records. The purpose of Soul Generation Records is it's the legacy that Sauti Soul wanted to leave to Africa. Right? The purpose was to build iconic live acts, just like Sauti Soul, because the guys believe you need 10 Sauti Souls to make Kenya great, or to make Africa great. We need 10 of them, 50 of them, 100 of them. And that's why Soul Generation was started. And it's been a lovely journey putting their blood, sweat and tears behind Soul Generation. And we're going to the next phase of this greatness. And with the specific aim of writing soundtracks to people's lives, we are where we are today with Bold Men Love Better, an album that is inspired by a legend and, you know, driven forward by an icon. And we are hoping that, and, you know, co-written by someone who is coming up in Bensoul. So this shows you what Soul Generation is about. We involve the past, we evoke the present, and we advocate for the future. And that's what Soul Generation is about. And William Nanjero is the general manager of Soul Gen, so he'll take it from here. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Moriasi. Nanjero, would you like to start by introducing yourself and your role at Soul Generation Records? How have you guys been doing of late? What's cooking? What do you want to announce today? What's the big news?
This whole panel is both. But Anyiko, thank you, Moriasi. It's such an honor and a privilege to be sitting side by side with these two giants. It's something that we've been looking forward to. As a business, over the last 2 years, we have evolved. So we were a record label. We are not a record label anymore. We are a creative arts company. And our business is to improve people's lives. So in every interaction you will have with us, through our music, through our merchandise, through anything that we do, we will improve your lives. And please, if we are not improving your lives, call us out. The second thing that we believe in is we are taking a Kenyan product. We are curating it and creating it for global markets. We are exporting it for global markets. And that is something that we hold very highly, and that is something that we'll continue doing. Okay, so we are taking a Kenyan product and exporting it to the global market. Yeah, it's because I shout. Thanks. Better. Yeah. Okay. So we're taking a Kenyan product and we're exporting it to the global market. And we have two amazing artists, Mpasho and Free. And during the COVID period, we really took time, stepped back, and re-engineered how we do our business. And out of that, 2021 was a monumental year for us. Kitenge, the EP, just broke all the records in Kenya, streaming. Medicine, Mpasho's EP, also broke a couple of records. And for us, what we asked ourselves, what is the next step? So, as a business, we've always said we will be the infrastructure where creative arts, young Kenyans in the creative arts can express themselves. And that's the infrastructure that we build up. And there are two things that we're going to do moving forward. The first one, we're happy to announce that we are signing the NMA as an artist to Soul Generation Records. Hey!
My coffee.
So,
no, seriously, where's the excitement, guys? There's no excitement.
Whatever I'll show you next, you'll get you excited. But just to talk about this deal a bit better, I don't know why the legal Moriasi has gone away. I don't know whether he doesn't want to sign a deal behind. But yeah. Okay, perfect.
Before you sign and before you show whatever you want to show, what does it mean when you tell us that Soul Generation Records has signed BN?
Okay.
I mean, what does that mean?
Okay. So it
break it down.
So this is what it means. BN, we didn't just sign BN. BN, many record labels pitched to him, including global record labels.
Yeah.
So we had to pitch to him. And we had to pitch to him a deal that makes sense to him. And what this really means is that the NMA as an artist will record and will be distributed by us, and we will fully own the masters of his music. And he will continue to earn off of his music timelessly.
Still.
Yeah, man, I know, like, right now, actually, Sauti Sol is still under Universal, and we have another album with Universal. But as individuals, we are free to sign with whoever we want. And after, as William said, after looking around and seeing all the deals on the table, I like Soul Generation, I like their ethos. I like who they are as people and what they stand for. And they represent a future for something that I think is my legacy, so yeah. I'd rather be there than anyone else.
Thank you, Bian. And really, how we see it as a business is, this is a monumental moment in this country. 1963 was iconic. Breaking 2 by Eliud Kipchoge was iconic. BNMA, you signing for Soul Generation Records is iconic. You've opened up the door for young Kenyan creatives to dream and achieve. Welcome to Soul Generation. So,
look at a cake.
Yeah. So this is how we're going to do it. First, Bien, I know we've discussed the deal. Feel free to go through the papers. But we're hoping you'll sign. So guys, this is Bien's deal. He's signing it real time. He hadn't signed for us before. Thank you, Bien. I'd like to call upon Chiki.
Yeah, I'm signing. You're my manager.
Bien, please sign in. And the second copy for you, Chiki. And to call upon Marias. Thank you, Chiki. Thank you. And to the most important signature, otherwise you don't have a deal. So Bien, I'm just going to ask you to please stand up here so that we can talk about the dynamics of your deal.
Yes.
So we are signing BN on a 3-year deal. And the 3-year deal is going to have various dynamics. We are going to give him an advance. We're going to give him a check, which we'll present to him right now.
All right.
Yeah.
The check.
A big fat check.
Nice.
And how we will recoup that money, because there's no free lunch, is through streaming all of the albums that he's spoken about, through sync deals and through publishing.
Yeah.
You are a big brand, we believe in you. And we know it's 3 years, but we'll recover it in 1 year. So without further ado,
Please bring all your cameras. We need to document this to the world. Bien, stand there at the front.
All right.
so BNMA, welcome to Soul Generation Records.
Okay.
We're signing him on a 50 million 3-year deal. We're signing BNMA on a 50 million 3-year deal. Welcome to the Soul Generation family.
Okay, we want to make sure everybody has a nice video and a nice picture, so just let us know if you're good. If you're not, we can continue posing for the picture because we want everybody to see this amazing mega 50 million deal between BNMA and Soul Generation Records. What a beautiful day. The launch of the Bald Man Better EP and an announcement that BNMA has signed to Soul Generation Records.
Nice, man. We're going to see on my neck. So BN, just for clarity, you can take this home.
Oh, nice. Can you
Yeah,
frame it?
you can frame it. But I'll hold it for you now. It's together with Naroro. Go ahead.
I just want to say I'm so grateful. Before you cut the cake, I'm so grateful for the check, William, and I want to pledge right now that I want to invest that money in the next female artist that Soul Generation is going to sign. So Soul Generation is signing a female artist in January, and she's going to be the biggest African artist in the world. And she's going to take us to places we've never gone, and she's going to be the mother and the woman of the moment, the queen. So I'm looking forward to that day, and I can't wait. Thank you so much.